So once again, I welcome you. A lot of people have been learning with us for a long time. For instance, Aridayo, Ananya or Archana from US, Aridayo from Nigeria, Kende from Nigeria. They have been learning with us on this free data science program and for a long time. And today I can see Shrikant, Millie as new participants, and there'll be many more who will be joining in the next session. And we'll be learning together. Today I want to keep the session very short. One, because I want to introduce you to bring some clarity on the data science or the data analyst. What is data science? What is data analyst? What is machine learning? What is artificial intelligence? I would like to bring some clarity and the application in your daily life, in your daily work, and what the market thinks, what the market expects from you when you are applying for a role in the field of data analyst or a data scientist, what the market expects from you, and what you should expect from the market. How much skill is required? What is the level of learning that you must have, the minimum learning you must have? How the industries react to your skill sets, to your abilities, and how you should be handling the interviews, how you should be handling the job profile that you're applying for. So we will have a lot of discussion today. I'm not going to start with the technical program today, but we'll be talking more on the market point of view, from the program point of view. So we are talking about data analysis or a data analyst role. And let me first explain the differences. And Archana, Kende, I'm sorry, I may be repeating for you, but please bear with me. Whatever I'm saying, I may be a repetition for you, but please bear with me.
It's okay, Anu. It's okay. I mean, we never stop learning. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay. We still gain from what you are going to talk about it today, sir.
Yeah, that's the attitude. That's the attitude I love. The learning attitude is the attitude that I love. I want to hear this from everyone. Okay. As I introduce myself, my name is Anup Kumar. I have a total of 20 to 22 years of experience in different domains, in different industries, out of which 18 years in the field of data. I'm a certified Six Sigma Black Belt. I'm a postgraduate in data science. My entire profile for 18 years has been in the customer experience, customer service, where I've handled several high-impact projects in different industries, in India, abroad, where the maximum application of data has been my forte. My strength, my passion is data analysis, deriving solution from the data, maximizing solution, maximizing revenue, maximizing customer experience from data. Apart from real-time experience, this is where I have spent my 18 to 20 years. I'm well connected with industries in the domains of banking, education, insurance, telecom, supply chain management, logistics, and a couple of other small domains where I have worked on different types of projects. I've worked in India in companies like Jetpack, Aegis. Then I moved to Africa for 8 years, where I worked for two biggest telecom called Airtel and MTN. I was based out of Nigeria, but I was heading teams in 10 different countries of Africa, including Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Zambia, many other countries, where I was heading the quality assurance, where I was heading the customer experience for these 10 countries based out of Nigeria. Lot of experience, lot of learning in different domains, different countries, with different cultures. A lot of learning, a lot of financial gain, a lot of educational gain, a lot of career growth. So I thank the entire Africa for everything that gave me in 8 years. And that's one reason why now I'm giving back. I'm giving back to all the people of all the countries as in form of free programs. It is always good to give back from where you receive something. As a human being, I'm doing my part. And once again, I thank everyone for giving me everything. And I'll try my best to give you back. So, and I know most of you because I've talked to most of you. I have had discussion with Shrikant. I had this evening. I know Ananya, Archana very well. I know Kengde, I know Adebayo. And I've not really talked to Millie, but then I will speak with her maybe tomorrow or the day after. I will not speak, Millie, I will speak with you, one-on-one. Once I get your CV, I will do some counseling. I will understand your professional background, your educational background, and then I will give you some direction, okay? Right, Millie? Millie, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. So, let's understand the market. Let's understand what market means when we talk about data science, data analyst, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Let's understand these terms. We should not be confused. Hope you all can see my whiteboard.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let me just explain to you what the market wants from you as a data analyst. Today, I'm just talking about data analyst. I'm not talking about a data scientist. I'm not coming to machine learning. I'm not coming to artificial intelligence. These are different levels. Let's talk about the first level. You cannot move to the next level of data science without without completing the first level of data analysis. So in order to become a data analyst, what does a data analyst do? What is data analysis? Let's understand this. And then we will understand what is required in your skill set to qualify as a data analyst, the minimum skill set required as a data analyst in the market. So let's understand what is a data analyst first. We all know what is data. Data is the numbers or the figures getting generated by system or getting captured by you. Once we play with the data, once we analyze the data, once we study the data, once we understand the pattern of data, once we understand the hidden agenda of the data, that is what we call information. That is the information. How do we get this information? We get this information by analyzing it or by studying the data. Each data, remember in every business, now whenever I'm talking to you, I'm talking about how it is going to help you as a person. Whenever we are doing any professional training, always keep in mind WIIFM. What is WIIFM? Anyone who can explain this? What is the abbreviation of WIIFM? Whenever you do any training or whenever you learn anything from any mentor, from any institution, you must keep this in mind. Otherwise, your entire training will not make sense. This means what's in it for me? What is in it for me? If I'm learning data analysis, if I'm learning data science, what is there in for me? How am I going to apply it? How am I going to use it in my business, on my workstation, in my laptop, in my Excel sheet? How am I going to use it? What's in it for me? So any information, any data, every data, let's say this is my data, 22, 25, 10, 12, every data has some, for any business or for your personal life, every data has some revenue or customer satisfaction score. Customer satisfaction score hidden in it. Every data in a business, every data value in a business has some revenue or customer satisfaction. At the business level, there's something hidden in it. You have to tell the company how you can make the best use of this, how you can get the best out of customer satisfaction by understanding what is 23, by understanding what is 25. For me, in my personal life, every data has health, my income, my life. Every data value has these things for me in my personal life. Every data, everything that I eat, every activity that I perform, there is some health related issue hidden in it. There's some sort of income hidden in this. There's something happening with my life. Every data point has a value which you need to extract, which you need to find out and give it to the business or use it in your personal life. And that is, trust me guys, data science or data is not a rocket science. Trust me, it's not a rocket science, it's not tough. It's very easy. What you need to understand, we are not conscious. We are not conscious about this data. What I eat, how much carbohydrate, how much protein, how much, whatever nutrients that we are not conscious about it. We are eating it. We are not conscious about it. I'm spending money unnecessarily. I'm spending money here. I'm getting income from here. We are not conscious about it. The moment we become conscious, this will start improving. The revenue will start improving. My life will start improving. And what is required is conscious. It is not a rocket science. More than the rocket science, that is why I say you have to be dedicated. You have to commit yourself. You have to be conscious of what you are doing. What is in it for me? You have to be conscious. What is in it for me that I'm learning from the data or from anything? It is not tough. The way market is creating a high data science, the artificial intelligence, okay, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 fee. Trust me, it's all a hype. It's just a fooling strategy or marketing strategy to make you feel that it is very, very tough. No, it is not tough. The way I train, I make it very, very easy for you. Fine. So this is data. What is analysis? Very simple thing. We are doing it every day. I'm doing it every day for my life. You're doing it every day for your life. You're analyzing it. Today, I went to my office. Okay, I worked for 8 hours. I met my manager twice. I gave 2 feedback to my team members. I came back. I talked to 2 friends of mine over phone, over the call. I spent 1 hour over WhatsApp, on WhatsApp. If we start capturing this data every day in our notebook, what is it? We are going to actually analyze. We are analyzing it. Oh my God, you know what? Every week I'm spending 8 hours on WhatsApp. It's not good for me. Only 2 feedbacks out of 10. I was supposed to give 10 feedback. I completed only 2. If we start capturing this data every day, that is what we call analysis. What is analysis? We are studying the current data and the past data, and we are trying to see from my current and past data. I'm trying to see that my target given by the company or my own salary, my own income, my own health, my target was 80%. If I start capturing my data every day, I will be tracking my actual performance versus the target. So let's say after 1 month, I see, I have covered only 60%. My target was 80%. Where am I gap? There's a gap of 20%. Now, this 20%, your company says, or yourself, okay, now I need to cover this 20%. If you don't cover this 20% in month 1, if you don't cover it in month 2, if you don't cover it in month 3, what will happen? This is becoming a problem. Not because you're not covering, you're not trying to cover this, you're not finding improvement process. This is becoming a problem for the company. Now, when this becomes a problem for the company, what happens? They start looking for data analyst or data scientist. They start looking for data scientist, data analyst, or Six Sigma black belt. And they're asking you that, you know what, for last 3, 4, 6 months, we are facing this challenge. My target was 80%. I'm at 60%, I'm 70%. Sometimes, I'm at 65%, but somehow I'm not meeting my target. Can you look at the data and please find the problems? What is so tough in it? We have some tools, we have some algorithms. Since you have the data, they are not being able to find the problem. You are a trained data analyst. What happens? You know how to look at the data. And you say, oh, boss, this is what it is. The challenge is, this is the challenge 1, this is challenge 2, this is challenge 3, this is challenge 4. If we start improving all these, simultaneously, you will start moving towards 80%. It is not tough. It is the lack of consciousness, it is the lack of knowledge of data, and that's the reason every company or you and me, we start failing in life. But it is not that easy the way I'm explaining. Yes, if you take it in a very easy way, it's very, very easy. But if you're not committed, if you're not devoting time towards understanding this data part, then that's why it becomes tough for you. So this data analysis, when we talk about data analysis, what are we doing? We have certain data. We have data. Now, in order to understand this, in order to analyze the data, I can use Excel. When I use Excel, I can handle only small data. I have limited small data. I have limited tools on Excel. When my data becomes a little bigger in size, I can use Python. I can use RStudio. I can use Stata. I can use many other platforms. You can use any one platform, or you can use multiple platforms. Ultimately, the result given by any platform will be same. Why? Because all these platforms are doing statistical analysis, and the formula in any statistic cannot change. 2 plus 2 is always 4. You do it on Python, you do it on R, you do it on Stata, you do it on Excel. 2 and 2 formula will never change. So the statistical analysis can never be different. You do it on Excel, you do it on Python, you do it on RStudio, you do it in Stata. Now, what is the difference between these? Excel has certain limitations. When your data becomes bigger, you can go to Python or RStudio. Python is becoming more popular because this is more intuitive and easier. RStudio is being used by older people like us who have been using data for a longer, for last 15, 20 years. So R Studio is also very, very easy. Same like Python, but Python is not preferred more by the younger generation. For me, I'm still more comfortable on R Studio. I'm still comfortable in Python, but I'm not that comfortable in Python the way I'm comfortable in R Studio. So it depends on your choice. You go with Python, you go with R Studio, you want to go with both, go with both. I have mastered both. When I'm training you people, I'm training you on both. Now, fine. This part on these platforms, you are analyzing the data using a statistical analysis. As your data becomes bigger, as the size of data becomes bigger on what we call big data, the data becomes more complex. You can never use Excel, Python, R Studio. They will give you more insights. And this is one part which is required as a data analyst in the market. You market any company, they will ask you in your job profile whether you have learned the data statistical analysis on Python or R or maybe SPSS, whatever they want. So this is one part for the statistical. This is one skill set you must have for your data analyst as a data analyst. The second part they require from you is W or Power BI or Power BI. Now, Tableau and Power BI, they are for visualization.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. They are for visualization. Tableau or Power BI, they are for visualization. It means these are very, very easy platforms. Trust me, you can master Tableau or Power BI maximum in 10 days. I'm saying maximum in 10 days. But what is visualization? You have the data. On Python or R, you are doing statistical analysis. You are finding the average, mean, box plot, histogram. All these statistical analysis you are doing on Python and R, where the visualization is not that very neat and clean. When you have to do the visualization, you can use the Tableau or Power BI platform. Let's say you are building now. Let's say on Tableau or Power BI, I will show you all these things in the next session. Don't worry. I'm just explaining to you. I will show you all these things. Let's say you are building a graph on Power BI, and this is your line graph. This is your line graph. These are your data points. Now, you as a Tableau master or a Power BI master, you know very well that you have learned to prepare a line graph from the data. But if you don't understand this part, you will not be able to explain what these data points are talking in your business. If this line, if 4 points or 6 points are going high every, continuously, what does it talk about your business? If I can see certain dip in my, if I see 6 data points, 8 data points coming down continuously, what does this talk about your business revenue? What does it talk about this thing? How do we explain this? So in order to move hand in hand as a data analyst, you must understand you must learn the statistical analysis. At the same time, you must know Tableau or Power BI. Both will go hand in hand. If you know this, but if you cannot explain the statistical analysis coming out from here or Tableau, please go on mute. Can you please go on mute? Please go on mute. So if you cannot explain this, another part, I'm just giving an example. Let's say on Tableau or Power BI, this is your line graph. Okay, this is your line graph, and this is your, further you are showing forecast. This is your forecast. This is your forecast. You are showing this on Tableau or Power BI. But under this, if you don't understand time series forecasting, if you don't understand forecasting under the statistical analysis, you will not be able to explain this. What is the limitation? They will pay you 10 to 20,000 in rupees, but they will not take you to the boardroom. They will not take you to the meeting room, because what will happen if you cannot explain what is forecast or time series from this? They will never allow you to go to the boardroom or a meeting room. You will get, your limitation will stay on a desktop somewhere. You're just preparing these graphs without understanding what you're doing. Someone else who understands data will take up this role. So it is important for you to understand Tableau, Power BI. At the same time, you must understand this, so that you are adding a skill sets of a complete data analyst by understanding statistical analysis and this. Now, the third part. So now we know one part. We must know statistical analysis using Python or R. Second, we know Tableau or Power BI. Third thing, very important, we must understand Excel at least mid-level. Mid-level. Not only the basic, maybe a little bit of advanced level. Why? Because a lot of things before going to these parts, you must understand the Excel. A lot of raw cleaning of data, a lot of exchange of data happens from Excel itself. So this is also equally important, because a lot of analysis, the basic analysis you can do from here itself. And after doing the raw analysis, after doing the basic analysis, you can upload the data over here, or you can upload the data over here. Fourth very important thing is SQL. SQL is important because when you start handling multiple data, I'm just giving an example. You have center 1, center 2, center 3, center 4, and you are sitting at a corporate office. You are sitting at a corporate office. You are handling data of all 4 centers. Now, 4 data are coming from 4 different centers. Your SQL will help you combine these data, combine these Excel. You can do this on Tableau also, Power BI also, but your SQL will give you a better visibility to combine all these data into one using some unique ID. So in order to become a data analyst and to be hired in the market, you must understand SQL, you must know Excel, you must have good knowledge on Tableau, Power BI, you must understand this, a must and must. You must be good at statistical analysis. So when you, now these are the skill sets I'm talking about. These are all skill sets, data analyst skill sets, right? But this is not enough, guys. To become a data analyst, just adding these 4 skill sets is not enough. You will still not be you may not get hired by the markets. What do you need? You need to add abilities. You need to add abilities with the skill sets. Now, when we talk about abilities, what does this mean? They are expecting you that you must have excellent business communication skill. You must have good business report writing skill. Report writing skill. You must have good stakeholder management skill. Stakeholder management skill, or what you say, client management. If you have this, if you start acquiring this, what will happen? You will get a growth, you will get a jump to start interacting with your clients, with your management, with your stakeholders yourself. So now what are you learning? See, you are learning, one, you're learning the statistical analysis. You are learning Tableau, Power BI. You are learning, you're gaining these skill sets. So what is happening? You are actually moving towards the boardroom to explain, to participate in the meetings with the senior management. My objective to make you a data analyst is not just to keep you at a desktop or a workstation outside in one corner. No, my objective, I keep an objective in mind that if you are becoming a data analyst, you must move to the boardroom and start interacting with the senior management. If you don't do this, then there will be someone else who will be taking your role. And you will be stuck with a certain limited salary, just sitting in one corner and just preparing something on Tableau and Power BI and giving it to someone who is going and presenting in the boardroom and taking away your opportunity from you. Any questions so far before I move to the next step? Any question? Does it make sense? Am I making sense? Does it sound practical of what you're expecting in life? Please ask questions now. Millie? Archana?
No, sir. With respect to the presentation, I'm good. One basic question though is we have this Seaborn and other libraries, right? Why do we need to learn Tableau or Power BI on top of it?
What do you have? Sorry, what is the question?
The Seaborn and Matplotlib for visualization. Yeah.
I tell you, the Seaborn they are not interactive. Power BI, Tableau, they are interactive. They have different filters. You can give the control of the dashboards to the audience. Whereas Seaborn, it is a copy and paste. That is not interactive. When I teach you, I don't know if you attended my Tableau session or not, how interactive they are. So you will realize the difference when I teach you Tableau.
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Understand?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Millie, Shrikant?
Oh, no, sir. Everything is fine.
Are you getting it? Are you getting the concept why it is important? How it is important?
Yeah, yes, sir. I got the clarity.
Preeti, are you getting the clarity because you had missed the initial sessions?
Yes, sir. Clear. I can
Okay.
make.
Okay. Rest of the people, they have been attending for a long time. So I know, Millie, are you there? Anyway, so this is one part of it, that what is required for me to become a data analyst in the market. So all these things that I'm talking to you, it's not a rocket science, very easy. It all depends how you integrate. Now let me explain to you that whatever I've told you, it is not a separate domain. It is not a separate field. It has to be integrated with your education. It has to be integrated with your existing experience or your profile. Because data is used in every industry, every business, every moment of our life. So if I go to a bank, a banking office is also using data. E-commerce is also using data. So you as a data analyst can enter any field, any domain, banking, agriculture, farming, research, supply chain, logistics, petroleum, gases, insurance, any industry you can enter when you start acquiring knowledge of data. HR, because every industry works with data, and more the data they generate, more the requirement they have for analysts. For instance, e-commerce, for instance, supply chain, the logistic, banking, insurance, all these companies, agriculture, research, all these companies cannot work without data. What matters is the size of the company. If the size of the company is very small, they are also using data, so they may not hire you at a very big salary. if the size of the company is big, they will require more than one people, more than one person, they require 10 people, 5 people, and they will pay you a higher salary. So whenever we will target, we'll always target some company which are big in size, so that you get a stable job and you start growing from there. The small companies, they only they only want data and data entry people. They don't want data analysts in a true sense. That is why it is important to identify. For instance, Shrikant, he's more into farming. He's very passionate about agriculture. I was talking to him today how agriculture can be integrated with data science. Lot of research in the entire world goes on in agriculture. And when a lot of research is going on in agriculture, you cannot do research without data. So it is very, very important as what are the skill sets, what are the abilities that you require to get into the role of a data analyst. So if we see this, read this. This is what I have told you. The base, this is my base. My base should be, I should be very strong at fundamentals. And when I train people, I train with a lot of strength, stress emphasis on fundamentals, on the concepts. If your concepts, if your basics, fundamentals are not strong, forget becoming a data scientist or a machine learning guy. Understanding the distributed statistics, understanding of hypothesis testing, EDA, very, very important. Conceptually strong at regression analysis. These are the basics you will learn on R and Python. Here, hands-on experience on Python and R Studio. After making this a base, this is your second pillar. This is your third pillar. And then this is your abilities. When you have all 4 pillars, when you have all these 4 pillars, you become a trained data analyst and you cannot be rejected in the market. But then you must be strong in all 4. So that is the role of a data analyst in the market. This is what a market requires, expects from you. Is this clear? Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Millie, is this clear? Are you getting it? Millie, can you hear me? Aredayo?
Yes, Anu. It's very clear.
Alan? Alan?
Yes, it's very clear.
Very good. Kainde?
Yes, it is clear, sir.
Supin?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So most of you guys have been attending my sessions and you guys have already moved ahead, far ahead from today's. So today I just wanted to explain this basic thing to the newcomers and to the new members. Whereas we'll start continuing with from where we left from the next session. So now what happens? What is a data scientist? This is a data analyst. Where you are analyzing your existing data, you're trying to tell the company about what your data is, why you're going wrong. Now, what is data scientist? Again, data scientist is not a rocket science. Whatever you have done over here, that is the next level. When your data becomes more complex, what happens? You start using other tools, higher tools, and algorithms. You start using other tools and algorithms. It means, what does it mean if I talk in a very personal life? If I have a family, if I'm there, I'm the head of the family, my wife is there, my elder son is there, and then my younger son is there. We are 4 people in a family. Keeping my experience, keeping my education, keeping my exposure, everyone has agreed that I'm the head. Whatever the major decision of our life, it is taken by me. I'm taking the major decision, but I have to consult. My wife is just a consultant for me. I inform her and I discuss with her. But then whenever we get confused, whenever we are getting stuck, I am the one who's taking the decision. But my wife is always supporting me in my decision. Now, if there are small decisions which I need to take for my company, if I need to take for my home, or let's say, I'm just giving an example. My Wi-Fi has expired, right? It has to be renewed. Do you think, and everyone knows that this has to be renewed, do you think I'm going to take this decision for renewal, whether I have to renew or not? Do you think I'm the one who's going to take a decision for this? Yes or no? Who will take a decision out of 4 of us on a Wi-Fi to be renewed? Who can take a decision over here? Archana?
It's
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
Sorry?
It's you.
No, why will I take, if I start taking such small decisions, where will I focus on my major decisions? I have to focus on my major decisions, that how to bring income to get good education for my kids. How to start some income for my wife. I have to take major decisions. These small decisions can be taken by my son, my elder son, right? He doesn't need to ask me. He knows that this has to be renewed. The same plan of Wi-Fi has to be renewed. Why will he ask me? Or maybe he can just inform me. But he can take a decision, correct? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Now, if I have to buy a car, who will take a decision over here? Who will take a decision over here?
I
Either
think
you
that'll,
or your
that'll
wife.
have to be you.
Yeah,
That'll have to be you.
it will be me. But I will consult with my wife for the budget or type of car that I need to purchase. I cannot just go to the market one day and buy a car and come and say, okay, I bought a car. I cannot do that. I have to take care of the stakeholders. What I'm trying to say, that when you start having bigger data, when your data start becoming more complex, and your decision, the business decisions, they start becoming more complex, we start using different tools. We start using different algorithms. We will use algorithm 1, algorithm 2, or model 3, algorithm 3, algorithm 4, and then we will see which algorithm, which tool is giving me the best result. Then we will select the best result. So as you start moving from the role of data analyst towards a data scientist, you have to start building multiple models to take the best decision for the company. Your company cannot just work on one decision. No, you cannot work on one solution. No, you cannot say that I have given you one solution. You start working on it. You have to give multiple solutions. Then you have to validate. You have to evaluate the performance of all the solution and tell the company, boss, this is the best solution that I've given you. Nothing will work better than this. That is the bigger role of a data analyst, where you start getting into the role of a data scientist. You become a scientist. You start finding more and more and more from the data. You start doing a lot of research on the data. Your data has a lot of information to tell you. So what happens when your data has 20, 30, 10, 15, 10, when my data, each data value has a lot of information to tell you. You as a data scientist have to find out what information can I extract from this to give it to my business. If I say 20, 15, 10, I know that I can see a pattern. I know that the next number is 0. What is the next number? I know the pattern, the next number is 0. I know that. So you can understand this pattern. It's easy. What happens if your data is very complex? Here I cannot understand a pattern. I cannot see any pattern. What is the next number? I cannot explain what is the next number. So you as a data scientist will have to understand that what could be my next number. And you as a data analyst may be able to tell this part. It's easy. But when you become very more complex, then you have to start using different tools to find out tool 1, tool 2, tool 3 to find out what is the next number. So data scientist role becomes more complex and start using machine learning over there. There you start using machine learning, you start training different models, you start training your machines because data is so complex, you cannot handle this on Excel, you cannot handle on a lot of other platforms. You start using R or Python, you start training your machine on different models and let the machine tell you that out of 10 models that you're building, model number 5 is the best. Why model number 5 is the best? You have to give a comparison. That is the role of a data scientist. When you start using machine learning, when you start training the machine to give you a solution. When your problem is complex and you have to find solution. Is this explanation clear? How the data analyst and data scientist, what is the basic difference between a data scientist and data analyst? Is the basic concept clear, Srikanth? Srikanth, is there? Supan, is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Millie, are you there? Archana, is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Preeti?
So somehow clear, but what is the main difference between the data analyst and data scientist? I can understand the role of data scientist, but what is the difference between data analyst and data scientist? I can't understand.
Data analyst just analyzes the data with limited tools. It is telling you about what happened, what has gone wrong. When you get into your data science, it starts telling you, it starts giving you a solution to a different complex problem by building different models. In analysis, you're just analyzing the data, what is going wrong. Against the target, what have you achieved? When you get into the data science, you start finding the solution from the complex problem for the business. And you start providing solution to the business. Is this clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
So now when we start the batch for you, alright, I'll explain this in more detail because your batch is starting from 14. So you will understand all these things in more detail when you start the batch.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so this is your data science. Now, whatever you are building, whatever models you are building, and you are deploying this through software, through mobile apps, that is your artificial intelligence. Whatever you're seeing on your mobile apps, whatever you're seeing on your Amazon platform, whatever is coming out from the model that you have built as a data scientist, and that is your artificial intelligence. And that your e-commerce is telling you that this is what you're looking for. You have chosen a shirt, it is recommending a trouser for you. Your bank says that your loan is not approved. Your credit card is rejected. So based on the data, the model that you as a data scientist who have deployed in the software, that is the artificial intelligence which we are talking about. Artificial intelligence comes more towards the IT side. The data science the analysis, deep learning, all this comes towards non-IT side. All these things we will learn as we move ahead with the program, and you will get more and more clarity. So today I wanted to keep it very short, just for an hour, and then we will move ahead for the next session, and we'll start getting to the technical part of the statistical analysis, R, Python, Tableau, Power BI, all over again. Any question? Archana?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
Rahul?
All okay, sir. Thank you.
And Dayo?
Anup, I wanted to ask quickly, maybe at some point, I don't know if it's something probably you'll touch on. Still talking in terms of you know, our various maybe organizations, or in terms of our career and the application of our knowledge of data analysis. How do I put it? Okay, scenarios like some key performance indicators which we probably can look out for to measure, which will be very important in trying to improve our various processes, depending on where, you know, what industry or what department, or, you know, you find yourself. Okay, so maybe it's something you might want to help at some point, just basically looking at, okay, what kind of
Did you
okay.
attend linear regression sessions?
No, I must have missed out.
That was linear regression sessions have been for, I think, 5 or 6 sessions. Did you attend?
No, I did.
So
I think the linear regression.
You will get all the answers over there. What type of KPIs, how we are improving, how much weightage we are giving to each KPI. So again, if you start watching all my recordings on the statistical analysis, okay, you will get a lot of answers if you start watching my videos. I've explained all these answers very well.
Great. Okay. Great. Thanks a lot. Okay. Thank you.
Fine, guys. Any other question before I call it a day? And then we will have the proper session from Thursday. Any other question? Shrikant? Millie, you're not answering. Millie, I've been calling for you. I'm not hearing. Maybe your network issue. Fine, guys. So we call it a day, and I'll upload the recording on YouTube and our platform. You can watch the recording. You can recommend to your friends. Plus, do like this and subscribe the channel so that, you know, more and more people get motivated. And if you want your friends to join these sessions, I repeat, I want only serious learners. People who can attend sessions, people who can watch the videos, and they can devote some time, and they can go through some serious learning. Please recommend only those people. Don't recommend anyone who wants to just join and not attend sessions. I'm not interested in numbers. I'm interested in quality. Please, I'm very quality conscious person. So recommend people who you think can devote some time for their own career. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time, and take care. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.